Hi, this is Cheryl Miller. I'm the mayor of CherylMillerville.com. I'm also an exercise physiologist, and what that means is I study what happens to your body when you exercise. I study the blood, the bones, the nervous system, all the body organs, and the hormones. Whoa, those are tough ones in real life and in the books. Those are tough to study. I also study the muscular system. You'd be amazed what happens to your body, in your body, when you exercise. So let's hope that you start exercising more. And the topic today is about healthy living at work, specifically healthy living as it relates to physical activity at work. And you can be a little more physically active at work. The first question I was asked is, a lot of people sit all day at work and we're wondering what the negative side effects of sitting that long is. Well, there are a lot of them. We get frozen into a block, and that's why we need ergonomic assessments, because they're skilled at showing our bodies how we can sit motionless for 8 hours a day or longer without movement. And you know, that just doesn't make sense. Our bodies were not meant to stay put in one particular place. So I actually don't like ergonomic assessments, because what they do is they force our body to sit in ways that we really were not meant to sit. We have joints for a reason. We have joints because our body needs to move in all different directions. And one thing I find is that we mostly move our joints in this direction when we're at work. So if you're physically active, you'll do a little bit less of this and a little bit more of moving your body. So how much sitting do we do a day? Think about it. We drive to work, we sit at work, we sit at the dinner table, we sit at the computer or the TV when we get home, and then we lie down for the rest of the night to sleep. And don't get me wrong, sleeping is fabulous. We need to do it. Horizontal, it's a great thing. I've developed a 21-day free e-course. It's called Sit and Get Fit, and we'll put a link to that for you here so that you can do that. And it's about having fun and laughing a little bit and doing a little bit of physical activity at work. So you've heard of the law of inertia. The law of inertia says that things at rest tend to stay at rest, things in motion tend to stay in motion. So what we need to do is get you in motion while you're at work, because things at rest tend to rust. You don't want to be like an old garden gate that's never moved, and so it rusts. When you're really young, you don't notice it as much, but the cumulative effects as you get to be my age are substantial. So you don't want to just sit there. So as I said, our bodies are meant to move, so let's move them. We need to do what nature says to do. It's kind of a big duh that all this sitting causes weight gain. So that's definitely a downside of sitting at work. And you know what? The longer you sit, the more your body says, help, help, do something different. So it says, go to the vending machine, get a pop, get a candy bar, because really your body just wants to move. And a lot of times it really just is thirsty too. So when you start feeling like you need to get up and go to the vending machine, think, am I thirsty? Or does my body just need to move? And do either one of those things, and you'll save yourself a ton of calories. Believe me, a ton of calories. And if you stop watching TV, that'll also be a way to lose weight, because you won't be sitting there for hours snacking. I know that when I used to sit and watch TV, I would snack, endlessly, and you're going down the garden path. So try to limit long bouts of sitting, and that'll really help. Your body will appreciate you for it. Did you know that your body thinks it's dead unless you move? It's a physiological fact. I think I might have made that up, but your body needs to move. It wants to move. It likes to move, and it appreciates you when you do move. So another question is, what kinds of exercise can be effective while sitting at work? Well, a fitness ball is a great thing. Replace your desk chair with a fitness ball, and you'll get a lot of exercise during the day. But kind of work up to it. When I first did that, I sat for 2 days at my desk, 8 hours a day, on the fitness ball, and I was really beat by the end of the second day, which showed me that it actually is working. It actually was exercising me. So you build up to it an hour a day, and then 2 hours and 3 hours, and then eventually replace your chair, because you'll find that you move around and you wiggle, and whenever you do that, you burn more calories, and it feels good. And you'll find that you kind of move your arms forward, and you'll be stretching, you'll be moving around. So try a fitness ball to replace your chair. You sit up straighter, it's great. What I also recommend is take short walks, even just down the hall, up and down the stairs. Just get up and walk around the block. I really prefer to get outside because we breathe so much indoor air. We spend about only 2% of our time outside. So get outside. You get a change of scenery. You get to download all that stress that's been built up during the day. You get away from your coworkers. You get some sun, some rain, some wind. You feel kind of virtuous because you're outside and nobody else is. You get refreshed. You get to clear your thinking. What I also recommend is schedule in some fitness breaks. Schedule them in your planner or your electronic calendar, because if we don't schedule things, we tend to not do it. If we schedule it, we tend to think, this is kind of important. I'm going to do it. Like if you schedule your meetings and reports that you have to do, so do that. And set a timer of some kind or an alarm to remind you to get up and move, or even more fun than that, have a partnership with one of your coworkers to swing by and get you to do some stairs. Every day do the stairs for 10 minutes for your break, or take a walk and have a little chatting session as you walk around the block. Have what I call power meetings, where you take the meeting outside and you take your team, a small team. A big team would be a little too difficult, but you take a small team, 2 or 3 people, and do your meeting while you're walking. It's a great way to build some fitness into the day. And the old standby, park further away from your office and walk in. If a lot of people want to park right on the curb to where they work, and they'll pay $50 a month for a parking garage. Not me. I'm a tightwad. Put that $50 to some kind of a great vacation you're going to have. Park further away and walk, or get off the stop. If you're on a bus or a train, get off the stop a little bit early so you get a chance to walk in. I know some of you are going, yeah, right. No, but just consider it. You don't have to do all these things. Just pick a couple that you like. You also might like to pack your fitness bag and carry it with you, because, once you go home, you think, oh, TV, dinner, who wants to go out and exercise? So if you have your bag with you on the way home from work, you can swing by the gym or the nature trail or the track, wherever it is you want to go to get some fitness in, and you'll stay in motion, because once you get home and you rest, remember, the law of inertia, things at rest tend to stay at rest. So stay in motion. You're on the way home. You're going right by the gym. Just go right in there and get a little fitness routine in. So what other things can counteract being sedentary at work? Change your mindset. Don't think, oh, I'm just going to sit there and I'm going to work all day. Think, hey, how can I fit some physical activity into my day? How can I be a little more active? And you will, if it's a decision and a choice that you make. You'll add a little bit more movement, walking up and down the halls, up and down the stairs. Even a little bit of activity in the day helps a lot. It all adds up. You might consider getting a pedometer and doing an office challenge, where you post at the end of the day or at the end of the week the number of steps people have taken by the water cooler. People get really competitive, and they love counting up steps. It's even though that program's been out for a long time, people still like it. So you might institute something like the steps a day. 10,000 steps a day is what's recommended. Okay, now most offices do not have showers. The question is it necessary to work up a sweat to get the benefit of exercise? And the answer is absolutely not. Sweating is fabulous, so make sure that you do sweat several times a week, because that really helps your cardiovascular system. But you do not have to sweat. When I'm taking a walk or lifting some light weights or stretching, I never sweat, but I'm getting a lot of things going. All those things I talked about earlier that happen with your blood, your muscle, your organs, the nervous system, all of those things are impacted regardless of whether you have a lot of exercise or a little bit of exercise. So get moving, stay active, and have some little hand weights at your desk that you can exercise on. Do some dips at your chair. You can do a variety of stretching. Even if you have a little tiny cubicle, you can get a lot done in a little tiny space. So add up those little short bouts of exercise and you know, just be really proud of yourself because you're doing something that a lot of other people around you aren't doing. So fitness, it's for the office. Just do it. Your body will love you for it, and you'll feel a lot better.